Hello. Hope you're all doing well. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you found me. I'm Jess and I do nails, mostly dip powder, some nail art, etc. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today we're going to do something a little bit different for Valentine's Day. I thought it would be kind of fun to do something a little more on the sexy side. And this look makes me think of black lacy lingerie. What do you think? So I went on Amazon and I was looking for, stamping plates, water slides, anything that would kind of give me a lacy look. I was trying to avoid foils because, well, they can be tricky. So, I was trying to steer clear of foils, but I found this pack of water slides and wow, like every kind of lace design you could imagine. So many options. Look at that stack. I'm going to link these down in the description box. Oh my gosh, if you are looking to do some kind of black lacy look on your nails, this is the answer. So much easier than stamping, so user-friendly. I mean, I had no issues with them. So those will be linked for you. I am going to be using my favorite black dip powder. This is Pistol by West Coast Dips. I'm going to be using Lube Me Up by Sassy Mouth, part of the Nudie Patootie collection. And this is called Whisper. It is a sheer black dip from Dipalicious. And this is a gorgeous red glitter dip. It's a mystery color, mystery number 3 from Double Dipped. I'm going to be using my hypoallergenic gels from Iconic. And let's get right into this. So I'm going to start with one dip of Lube Me Up on my ring and middle finger. The idea that I had was that I wanted these two nails, the ones that were going to have the lace on them, to be reminiscent of sheer black stockings. So I definitely knew that I wanted to use Whisper from Dipalicious because it is a sheer black dip powder. That being said, when you put it on your nails without anything under it, it's extremely sheer and it doesn't really give the look that I was thinking about for this. So I added Lube Me Up and just one layer of it so that it gives sort of that illusion of skin through the stockings. Does that make sense? I'm going to say it again, as I always do. I hope that that makes sense to you. So Lube Me Up being a sort of creamy beige color kind of gave that illusion once the Whisper color was added on top of it. Now I do 2 pour overs of Whisper because I found that over Lube Me Up, Whisper ended up just 1 pour over of Whisper wasn't quite enough black. It looked a little bit more brown over the beige. So 1 pour over of Lube Me Up, 2 pour overs of Whisper. And I'm going to explain this. I'm doing pour over because I have these new, they're new stilettos. They're new tips that I am trying for the first time from Vivid Glam Co. And they're longer than I'm used to and also don't lend well to dipping into the jar. So I'm pouring over just for simplicity's sake. And I absolutely love using my Dipped in Chaos little container for this process. Cleanup is so easy and I'm not wasting cupcake liners. It's a really nifty tool to have. I will also include that linked down in the description box as well. It's from Chaos Concepts and I love using it. So I am finishing up this last pour over. Then I am going to encapsulate in clear and I'm going to activate those two nails. And I'm doing that because the next step is doing the black and then the red. And I don't want to contaminate those nails. So I'm activating just to protect them from, any glitters from the red dip or any black. I just don't want to mess up those nails. So I'm going to encapsulate, I'm going to activate, and then I'm going to do 2 pour overs of Pistil. And Pistil is a super easy black dip to use. It is non-staining. I absolutely adore it. And I hope I never run out. I may have to order more at some point because literally it's a really gorgeous black and no issues with staining. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I'm going to stop yammering on right now as I finish up this little encapsulation and activation. I'm going to let you watch me dip out the black. And I may come back after that. I'm not sure yet. All right, I decided to come back. We're going to dip in this lovely red glitter dip. It's not all glitter. There is some pigment in this dip, which makes it gorgeous and multi-dimensional, and I love it. And I really think that it needs to become a main line for Double Dipped. It's a mystery dip. It is mystery dip number 3, and if you have ever shopped with Double Dipped, you might know that if the mystery dip has a number, that means that there is a formula and might be reproduced sometime in the future. So, if you love this red glittery gorgeousness, let Double Dipped know, and if there's enough requests, then maybe it'll come back. You just never know. Anywho, I did pour over the first layer of this color, and then I am going to lay my finger flat in, and this is just to, you know, pick up more of the glitter. The first pour over, I got mostly acrylic powder and pigment, so I wanted to get a little bit more of the glitter on there, and it was the right thing to do because that glitter factor, chef's kiss. Love it, love it, love it. So anyway, I'm going to encapsulate this in clear like I did all the other nails, and then I'm going to activate, and then I'm going to file and buff, and I'm doing that off camera. I will link my filing and shaping routine up in the cards if you're interested in seeing that. But in this video, we're going to move right along to applying these water slide decals. As you can see on my other hand, I have a plan. So I cut this out as close to the design as possible. Now I am going to cut it in half. I just want to make sure that I have enough of that lovely lacy heart design to fit on my nail, and cutting that strip right down the center worked out perfectly. So I am going to apply some sticky base coat. This one's from Maniology, and while that is drying, I'm gonna pull that decal out of the water and prep it for application, and I'm gonna be using a jelly stamper for that. So I'm going to show you those steps in just a moment. But I have found that if I put the decal in the water, I apply my sticky base coat, and by the time I apply my sticky base coat, I can pull that decal out of the water and it's ready to go. And while I'm doing all of that, my sticky base coat is drying enough to do the application. So the timing is perfect. And that's the way I do all of my water slide decals. It works out great. So I'm just going to line this up the way that I want it. I want to make sure that that heart design in the lace is sort of as centered on my nail as possible. And I just press down with my jelly stamper. And then I am going to press it with my finger, make sure that it's really adhering to the nail. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to get the sharp end of my cuticle pusher, and I'm going to press it down into my sidewalls. This helps to separate the excess decal from my sidewalls and makes it easier to remove it with a little bit of acetone and a cleanup brush. Now on this finger, I'm going to repeat the same process. I'm going to soak the decal, apply my sticky base coat, while my sticky base coat is drying, I'm going to remove the decal from the water, place it on my jelly stamper, remove the paper backing, and give it a little pat to remove some of that excess water. And then we can go ahead and apply that right to the nail, because that sticky base coat should be tacky enough at this point that we'll have no issues applying the decal. And voila, just like that, it's on there. And now I'm going to play with another way to get rid of the excess decal by using my cuticle pusher to sort of cut the decal in the shape of my nail and then peel the rest off. It worked okay, but I prefer the acetone method because that just kind of melts away the rest of the decal and it helps the decal seal onto the edge of the nail. So you're going to see that I eventually abandon the cuticle pusher and come back in with my acetone and cleanup brush. Now, I considered applying a smudge-free top coat and just doing all my nails with a glossy top coat and keeping it all dip powder liquids, but just something inside me decided, you know what, these need to be matte. And so I decided to use my Prima gels from Iconic. This is the easy base coat I'm applying right now, and then I'm going to apply the matte top coat after that. Now, if you are someone who uses gel top coat regularly and you have issues with peeling or chipping, I can tell you that probably you'll need to add a base coat first. Because dip powder, when you're done filing and shaping and buffing, is very smooth. And the thing about gel is it needs something a little bit rough to adhere to. So if you want to apply a gel top coat over dip powder nails, the best practice is to apply a gel base coat first. So as many of you know, and I mention this in a lot of my videos, I do have a gel sensitivity or gel allergy, and this brand, these are Prima gels by Iconic, are the only gels that I found besides Light Elegance that I can use successfully without having a reaction. All of these products, as I mentioned earlier, will be linked down in the description box, and I am extremely happy to have found a gel product that I can successfully use, but, and it's a big but, I use gels very sparingly. Like, as a matter of fact, I've been having issues with one of my pinkies, even with these gels, so I have not been putting gel on my right pinky at all. So that's why the red glitter nails are dip top coat. No gel for the pinkies. At least for now. We'll see. I may try again a little further down the road. Who knows? But for now, the pinkies are a gel-free zone. So I'm just going to mention that as I was applying this matte top coat, I was flash curing each nail. And the reason for that is quite simply time. It saves time. This way, I don't have to worry about the gel moving around or seeping into my sidewalls or my cuticles while I'm applying it to the other nails. But I don't have to, fully cure each nail individually. So 10-second, 15-second flash cure, apply it to the next nail, flash cure that, and then at the end, I'm going to do a full cure of all the nails for, I think I did a full minute. Now that all the matte nails are cured, I'm going to go in and activate. I'm going to let that set for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to go in with my first coat of my dip top coat, and I'm going to let that set, usually 30 seconds to a minute. It's pretty quick, and then I'll be ready for the second coat of dip top coat. And then I'm going to let that dry, and we'll apply some cuticle oil. And once we do all that, this mani is done. So here we are. This is the final look. What do you think? I'm actually kind of loving it. I think that the combination of the stiletto shape and the colors and the lace, I don't know, it just has this really kind of sexy vibe. So yeah, I'm going to apply my cuticle oil. This is from Pretty Cuticles, and it is in the scent Monkey Farts. I don't know why that makes me giggle, but it's a silly name. Anyway, it smells kind of like bananas and pineapple. That's what I smell, but I love it. And one thing I wanted to mention, this is a newer cuticle oil company for me. I've only just started using their products. And one thing I will say, I do love the oils. The oils are really luxurious and very moisturizing. But the other thing I love about this company is their options, their size options. I actually was able to purchase a 1/2 ounce dropper bottle. What? I love that. Anyway, I'm going to link that shop down in the description box as well. But I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It will really help my channel grow. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye now.